Now, this is the second part, our next webinar on teaching English to children. In this part, we are going to talk how to teach listening and writing and practice reading with your students. We know that when we work on listening skills, we work on top-down and bottom-up approach, both. What's the difference between top-down and bottom-up? Top-down is mostly work on comprehension part, based on their background knowledge and what they understand from the context and the listening part. Bottom-up is the linguistic part, like learning new words, learning pronunciation, or maybe grammar. Top-down, comprehension part. Bottom-up, linguistic part. Let's have an example. Okay, look here. It said, listen and stick. We need to pre-teach some of the new words, like walk your dog, or feed your dog. These are the new words. So we can show them pictures, okay? And then we ask them some question. Do you have any pets? And so I have a mouse. Do you walk your mouse? Yeah, I don't think so. To my knowledge, nobody walks their mouse. Okay, but I have a dog. You take your dog out for a walk. So you walk your dog. Oh, good. What do you give them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? And then once or twice you feed them. So you ask them some questions. Then you play the audio. Then listen to the conversation and order the picture. Which picture comes first? And they order the picture. Which picture comes first? So is it top down or bottom up practicing? Of course it is top down because they have to comprehend what's it saying to order the picture. When he said, I always get up at 6 o'clock, then I brush my teeth, have my breakfast, and dress up for school. When I get back from school, after doing my homework, I take Bubby for a walk. We go for a walk for 2 hours. I'll get back home, watch my cartoons, study my books, have my dinner, and then go to bed around 9. So they need to understand the whole conversation, the whole audio to order the picture. That's top-down practice. Good? That's top-down. But here, look at this practice. Who works at a hospital? A nurse works at a hospital. So the audio said, a nurse works at a hospital. A firefighter works at a fire station. A salesperson works at a store. A farmer works on a farm. A policeman works at a police station. A doctor works in a laboratory. A teacher works at school. A waiter and a waitress works at a restaurant. So that is top down. Who works at a hospital? A nurse. Who works at a fire station? A firefighter. Who works on a farm? A farmer. So they need the new words. Where does a nurse work? He works at a hospital. Or she works at a hospital. Who works at a fire station? she works a firefighter. A firefighter works at a fire station. So that is top down. They learn new words. So we have different kinds of listening. But of course, the stages is the same, pre, while, post. You put them in a context, pre-teach the keywords, and give them time for a while to practice, monitor them, put them in pairs and groups. They practice, they have thinking time, they practice with their classmates. And then we get the feedback, the production part. The stages is the same. But look at this example. What does Piggy's dad do? Where does Piggy's dad work? Where does Piggy's mom work? And what does she do? So Piggy is talking about the family. They should know the name of they should know the name of different carriers, different jobs. They should know the words. Cashier, a teacher, a barber. So they have to learn the words, the meaning of the words. They know where's barber shop. They should know where's store or police station or restaurant. They should know the meaning of police officer and chef. So it's both top down and bottom up. And also they have to listen very carefully to Peggy to understand who works where. Dad is a teacher, he works at school, but mom works at a police station and she's a police officer. So it works on both. They understand the meaning of the words, they should know and practice the meaning of the word. Meanwhile, they have to listen very carefully to understand the conversation to find the answer. So that's another example. This is one way to get the feedback. So the whole listening is about different jobs, different carries and plays. So look at this picture. What is she? Where does she work? She's a police officer. She works at police station. But he's a chef. He works at restaurant. He's a nurse. He works at a hospital, but she's a doctor. She works in her office. He's a teacher. He works at school. She's a firefighter. She works at fire station. So in this way, you get the feedback. They use the new words they learn and also in a correct sentence, in the correct grammar structure. Then you can ask them to talk about their family if they like. If they like, they can talk about their family. My uncle is a police officer. My dad is a chef. My mom is a teacher. My sister is a doctor, and she works in a hospital. So it's a good way. I mean, the learning, the final goal is the learning happens when they own the language. The final goal is how to use what they learn in their real life. So when they talk about the real world and use the new words, it means they own the language, they learn it. So if they like, they can talk about their family, their careers, and where they work. This is listening. Now, let's move on to reading. Like this. Pre, while, post. Pre, put them in a context. Pre-teach the keywords. We need to motivate, give them motivation to study, to read the text. So here again, it's about weather. Ask them to look at the pictures. So tell you what's the weather like, how's the weather? So the first one, it's raining, it's sunny, it's cold, it's snowing, and it's windy. Okay. So in rainy weather, you get wet. Very good. What about sunny? You wear your glasses. Is it sunglasses? No, it's glasses, but it's not sunglasses, but it's sunny. Do you wear sunglasses in rainy weather? Usually not. That's CCQ. That's CCQ. So it's very cold. Is he outside or inside? Outside. So what can you play in windy weather? You can fly a kite, huh? Fly a kite. So you pre-teach the keywords. Next. If they're in lower level, usually all the readings have audio. So you can play the audio and ask them to and look at the text and listen to the audio. You can even give them an activity like underline the weather words for the weather, like raining, like sunny, like warm, like cold. So you help them to concentrate better. So they listen to the correct pronunciation and they read along or they follow the sentences. But if they are at the level that they can read by themselves, like level 3, 4, 5, or 6. So what we're going to do is we give them time for scheming. So I want you to read it, and tell me when is it? Is it in the morning? Is it in the afternoon? Is it in the evening or it's night? Because it said in the morning it's raining, in the afternoon it's sunny, at 6 o'clock in the morning it's very cold, at 7 o'clock it's windy. So I want you what's the time it's talking and when is it? We need to give them an activity. We need to give them some questions. So otherwise, there should be the reason for reading. Otherwise, there won't be any reason for reading, so they won't read. So always persuade them to do an activity. Yeah, give them a reason why they're reading. So you read and help them to concentrate because we know they have short concentration span. It's very hard for them to remember all the details. So here's my question. Find the time. Go through it. So they go through it very quickly and said it's 9 o'clock, rain, and at 2 o'clock it will be sunny, at 6 o'clock in the morning it's very cold outside, and at 7 o'clock it's windy. So they answer back. Then we ask them to read it again and answer to some questions or decide whether some sentences are true or false. So that's a scanning. They go through it. We can put them in pairs or groups, so they can do it in their pairs or with the help of their classmates. So they read it and then decide whether the sentences are true or false. It's better understanding. They understand the details. And then later they can talk about the weather or what about your city? What about today? And say in the morning it's sunny. Actually, it is sunny. It's not very cold. It's not very cold. It's sunny. You don't need to wear your hat, but it's good to wear light jacket. And you have to wear your sunglasses. That is post-output production. For homework, you can email or flip some readings and ask them to read and answer to some questions, doing worksheets, or either they draw the weather and they come to the class and talk about it. Okay, this is about yesterday. Yesterday was raining and I had my umbrella. This is me with my umbrella. It's good to give them kind of homework that they use their creativity. What are different types of writing that children can practice? Mm-hmm. Yes, copying, gap filling, reordering words, put the jumble words in an order, substitutions, guided writing, like give them some questions and ask them to answer. Creative writing, like give them a picture and ask them to write. I don't think so. Essay writing, no, not for children, but postcards they can write. Letter writing, there are different types of writing, which one we can use in our children classes. Letter writing, yes. Emails, short emails, and even invitations like birthday invitations. These are different writing that you can practice with your students. Like here, working on capital letters. This is kind of practice. That's for elementary level. So they learn where to put capital letters at the beginning of the sentence. For example, here we said we asked them to rewrite. And so I put the capital letters and full stop. So this story starts, so capital T, with a beautiful girl called Buttercup. So capital B, because it's a name. And then continue. Then continue follows along with a farm boy called Whistly. So Whistly again, capital W, and then they need a full stop here. Okay, period. And Whistly has to go away, earn money for their future. So again, W. And Buttercup learns that his ship was attacked by pirates. So capital B. So it could be story, and they have to correct it. Write the correct form of the following sentences in your notebook. So here, actually, they practice. They need to put space between words. So my space, mother space, is a space, a space, doctor space, and space, my space, father space, is space, a teacher, a space, and teacher, full stop. So there's some space between words. You can sometimes just make it more fun. There was a cartoon, Spaceman. Do you remember? There was a cartoon, Spaceman. So we can say you can make your spaceman, and they have this spaceman card, and put the spaceman between, and it should be very narrow. Or put your finger, my finger, so there's some space. Mother, again, your finger is. So they learn that the words shouldn't attach to each other, stick to each other. It's a good practice. Or choose a word to join ideas. So you give them some words, and they have to fill out the gaps. I went to the park. I wanted to play on the swings. I thought it was going to rain. I took my umbrella. So I love playing cricket. I hate football. But how to join sentences, make longer units. Unscramble. It works on spelling. It's a good practice for spelling. You can give them a clue like they are all animals. So what's the first word? Rabbit, elephant, snake, and monkey. This is fun. You can make it even game. So who can say it faster, or who can write it faster, who can run to the board and write it faster. Give them exercises in your online classes, who can write it on the board in your online classes. So unscramble. I'm going to show you some activities for controlled writing, guided writing, and free writing for children. This is controlled writing, like copying. It's all controlled. So ant, they have to write A, no other choices. Pig, they have to write P. So it's working on letters. You know, when you, for very young learners or the first term for young learners, they need to learn, if they want to learn writing, they need to learn letters. They need to learn how to write letters. They need to learn alphabet. How to teach alphabet is they start with the words, the sounds, and the shape. So the word is like ball. They know what is ball. What is the first letter? What's the first sound? And it says b, b, ball, b. So sound is b, but his name is B. Then how to write it? Up, down, 1, 2, 3, capital B, and 1, 2, lowercase b or small b. And you ask them to write for you, just to check they don't write it like this, but up, down, 1, 2, 3, capital B, 1, 2, lowercase b or small b. You check their writing. And you ask them to practice at home, for example, to write 2 lines, capital B and B. This is another control practice. They use the letters that they know to write at the beginning of the word. So you check their letter writing, also their vocabulary. So that is bold, they have to write capital B, or egg, E. Also this one, this is another activity, copy the sentences. So it works under handwriting, because handwriting is also very important. There's a space between the words and how to put the letters. So it's good to use three lines when they're writing, not one is too big and then the other is too small. So they have to write between the lines to help them to write much better, and they learn how to write properly. So it's copying, it's control. This is more challenging. I went to my friend's place yesterday, so they have to rewrite it correctly. So they need to know it shouldn't be too close. The words shouldn't be too close to each other, and capital letters, and also punctuation. So I went to my friend's place yesterday, period, full stop. Her name is Kimi, so capital H and K should be capital. And she's very nice, full stop. She, capital A, because it's at the beginning of the sentence, capital S. She loves talking to me, and sometimes we play basketball in their yard with her sister. Emmy, and period, full stop, and Emmy should be in capital. So that's an example. It could be in homework too. So it goes for production part, post, or homework. Rewrite them and email it to you, or send it to you. Take a picture and send it to you. It depends on the age of the student. Sometimes, I believe they are digital native. Even 7 years old, they can use laptop or computer to email with the help of their parents. But it's very hard for them. They can take a picture and send it. Visualize, that's fun too. Like how to, when you want to work on spelling, long, so they write it long because it's long, but small, they write it very tiny, small because it's small, and egg in the shape of an oval because it's oval shape, or big capital. So visualizing is another fun activity for writing. And again, it's controlled. Egg is egg, E-double-G. Make it more challenging. You can ask them to put on mask and use their dolls. So like this one, this is my favorite doll, Hippo. Hippo has big head and small body. He is sad. But Pinky is my monkey. He is happy. He has 2 eyes and 1 black nose. So it depends what they know. They can write about their uh the favorite dolls, and they love it. Or they make masks and they come and they show it. They show themselves and then they show the paragraph. Or they put 3 pictures, they write a paragraph and ask the friends match the paragraph with the proper doll. Just make it more challenging and more fun. Guided writing, like fill in the blanks. So it could be homework too. So you send them the audio and ask them to listen to the audio and fill in the blanks. So here said, Old MacDonald had a farm. So they listen and put on farm. E-I-E-I-O. I'm not sure if you can remember this. That was a very famous one when I was a child. And on his farm he has a cow. So they listen and write cow. With a moo moo here and a moo moo there, here moo, there moo, everywhere moo moo. Old MacDonald has a farm, E-I-E-I-O. So they listen and fill in the blanks. They listen to their songs and they write the words which they can write. So cow or farm. That's guided. Or this one, reading with pictures. There is a, on the right, small dog, puppy or dog, and a kitten or small cat or a cat near our house or home. That's fine. And full stop. So you say read it and write the words. It could be homework. It could be part for post-teaching activity to get the production. Okay. Crossword puzzle. For upper level, so you give them the definition and ask them to fill out the puzzle. They like it, but it shouldn't be very difficult, of course. Like the name of fruit, so you put the fruits, the picture of the fruit, and we write it pineapple, banana, oranges, and apple and these things. Another guided is how to write a paragraph and talk about yourself. So number 1, they see the example. It's always good for writing. It's always good to have the sample. When they have a sample, they have a picture of it, how to write, because they are children. They are children, not enough experience. So here is some information about Lucy, about the age, level, favorite activity, and favorite food. So it said, my name is Lucy. I am, and they look and say, oh, this is 10. First, fill in the blanks, 10 years old. I go to school. I play, volleyball. So they're right, volleyball. I like spaghetti a lot. So the word is spaghetti. So they fill in the blanks. A bit more challenging, a bit more difficult. They have some of the sentences and then they have to write the other sentences based on the information that they have on the left. The third phase, which could be homework, and because they want to give them enough time to think, is first they write some information about themselves on the box, in the box on the left, and said your name, your age, what you do every day, or your favorite color, your favorite food, your favorite sport, or what you do with your free time. It depends. It depends on the sample. Then they write the paragraphs. So it's going to be very hard if from the very beginning you ask them some questions. Okay, now write a paragraph. Let them practice. Let them practice. So first, they have the information, someone else fill in the blanks. Then they have the information, complete the sentences. So already they practice for 2 models. Then ask them to write. And it's good to have enough time, so put it as homework. That is guided. You guide them to write. And even you can make it free writing. Even you can make it free writing. So they see some samples about other people or other children. Then you said, now put a picture of yourself and write what you want to write about yourself. It could be free too. Or use email them, well, as homework, you email them a picture and so look at the picture and write some sentences or write a paragraph about the picture. A picture like a picture of a park, or a picture of class, of a classroom. So they can talk about different things in the classroom that they can see, or where are there. When there are some students in the classroom, there are many chairs in the classroom. There are some books on the table, or even more complex, like schools. So here is a school. The school is very big. There are many students in the school. There are many teachers. They are playing in the yard. The teachers are talking in the office. And they can write different. They can write different sentences for this. It could be different because it's creative writing. It's free writing. Even they can take a picture of their classroom at school or their school or the park near their house and write some sentences for you. It's free or creative writing. So, as a teacher, you need to create a starter for every lesson. Let's start energetically. Let your student love your class. So we can start it with song, with a game, dancing, stories, or talking about the different characters or animation, something they like. Remember, they come to your class because of their parents' decisions. So they don't have intrinsic motivation, but they can't have extrinsic motivation. They can love it because it's a fun class, it's a nice class. They can trust you, they feel comfortable, and they have good friends and good caring teacher in the class. And move around activities even in your online classes, move up activities, go and bring something. Even you're practicing grammar. You're practicing grammar like present continuous. So it could be like songs. I am standing. I am clapping. I am dancing. I am dancing. I am sitting on the floor. So they use continuous there, but like jolly English. So they sing something. So they understand am ing, am ing. I am cooking. I am singing. I am moving on and on. So just make it fun. Okay, so move up activities. Multiple short activities, they have short concentration span. So they watch a movie, they talk about it, they have TPR, they mime something, then they have games, then they write something, they read something for short time. You put them in breakouts, you put them in groups, they talk to each other, then they come back and sing. So lots of short activities. And for all types of learners, for visual, for auditory, kinesthetic, and the ones who likes to read and write. Depends on the level. Lots of repetition. They love repetition. You play Simon Says 100 times, then when you say, what do you want to play? They say, Simon Says. They never get bored of repetition because they become more fluent and they like it. And they like it. And a short recap. So pre, while, post. You practice, reflect, get the feedback. Just close the session. They know what they learn. They understand. Today I can talk about different things in my room. Today I learned I can talk about my school. Today I learned I can talk about my siblings or my friends. Today I learned what I do every day. It's good also to give a report to their parents. So what they have learned this session. Even when you send them homework or give them homework, it's good to write a line for their parents. They like it. They like to have reports and they know how well their children do in the class. There's a site, okay? You can find very good material on it. I'm gonna share it with you guys in a minute. And these two books, they're downloadable, Teaching Young Learners English and Classroom Management Techniques, good activities. And as far as I know, they were free to download, but anyhow, check it out. So in these two webinars that you have for recording, we consult on to how to create a positive learning environment, familiarize with very young learners and young learners' characteristic, talk about learning styles, and use different techniques for teaching different skills. We remember, do not train a child to learn by force or harshness, but direct them to it by what amuses their minds. Plato. When we design activities for children, it should be related to their world. It should make sense to them. And they learn when they have fun, when they enjoy it. Good? Thank you very much. But hold on a minute. I'm gonna share with you the site that I was talking about. I should bring it up here. So there we go. I guess you can see the screen. So this is a very good one. 5-minute activities for young learners. So you just click on it and you download it. You can click, it's free on pdfdrive.com. Maybe I can send you the link. So copy the link and let me send it to the chat box. There we go. And this one, that's for 5-minute activities. And this is for learning English, the stories. You can find many stories here for children. So for reading, for games, for listening, because there's an audio, and even speaking, short stories. It's fun and it's free to download. So it's at bbc.co.uk, Learning English for children's stories. I'm going to share that with you guys. So Control C, so there you go. Yep, here. So you have both here. Thank you very much. Wish you the best and see you next Saturday. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.